Hey, it's Alex, and I have a really strong build for you in Aliens Fireteam Elite, which Cold Iron Studios put in my hands a little early. The way I built out this Demolisher dude is almost required for taking on the higher difficulties, and it works just as well in co-op as it does for trying to survive solo. This perk's synergy focuses on being able to frequently crowd control large swarms, greatly boost your damage while doing so, and also be able to turn big ol' elite enemies into cuddly stun xenomorphs. First, I'm connecting all the modifiers I have which increase the radius of Blast Wave to better take advantage of the very important Assault and Battery perk. With that on, for each target hit with Blast Wave, it reduces its cooldown by 10%. With all that increased blast radius, you might have guessed it, yes, if you hit enough enemies all at once, it will instantly recharge, allowing you to do it again. This lets you frequently push back and knock down smaller enemies, stun larger elites, or use it to free a grappled teammate from their clutches. Next, I'm slapping on a few ability recharge speed modifiers to help make up for when you don't hit enough enemies all at once to instantly recharge Blast Wave. Then I put on Dazed and Confused, which gives those blasted back enemies a movement speed debuff, which will further help the team not get overwhelmed. Then another very important perk, Loud and Clear, which somewhat increases Blast Wave's damage, which really isn't too important. However, it does grant you a stack of the Demolisher's passive Clear the Room for each enemy you hit with Blast Wave. Clear the Room is indicated by that orange bar under the Demolisher's crosshair, which increases their outgoing damage for each charge. With frequent use of your fast recharging, wide area of effect Blast Wave, that can instantly jump that damage meter all the way up to max and regularly keep it there. Next, I put on Quick and Dirty attached to Clear the Room, which reduces your cooldowns each time you lose one of those damage stacks. That will further boost how often you can do Blast Wave and your micro rockets. For those rockets, I put on the Concussive Rocket Ability Replacer, which lessens their outgoing damage, but it can now either knock down or stun enemies. Now the final nail in this synergy is Down and Out, which increases your damage by 20% to targets that are either knocked down or stunned. Since this build is focused on continually doing that with Blast Wave and Concussive Rockets, that makes it so you're also getting even more DPS on all those enemies that are impaired. Some gun attachments can also inflict stun themselves, which will further help out this build. On the higher difficulties, just doing one-off ability damage is less important than crowd controlling and disabling enemies, and overall this build is incredibly good at that. Other things you can use all these knockdowns and stuns for one, popping Blast Wave can sometimes give you just enough time to consume a medkit right in the middle of combat. Another use, this can give you an opening to revive down teammates when they're entirely swarmed. Also, some elite enemies will try to flee at low health to come back and surprise you later, and it's the Demolisher's job to stop them in their tracks while they're in that fleeing state. Other than that, this build will definitely boost your entire team's survivability when playing on higher difficulties, and it's also just a fun way to play the already potent Demolisher class. Now, if you happen to enjoy my channel's focus on getting into the nitty-gritty details of core gameplay mechanics and systems, stick around on Boomstick Gaming, because that's what I try to do for most everything I play. As always, this has been Alex, and thanks for checking this out.